Folks, excuse me. Today's soap is brought to us by Soap Commander. This one here is called Out to Sea. And as you can imagine, the scent is going to be like a salty air type scent. That's what it looks like there on the inside. There's about, what was it, 3 ounces of soap in there. Just scraped it out, put it in a shaving bowl. Yeah, it's fairly firm in the container there. I found this one. I'll try to put a link down below. Maybe they still have some available. This 3 ounces I think was $7. There was three different flavors, and if you want to check them out, Soap Commander. I'm going to be following up off camera. I'm going to be using Kitchen Witch aftershave balm. This was Bergamot and Bay. I'm going to use this to, as you can kind of tell, got a cut right there. Be trying to nurse it back to health, I guess you might say. I got it whipped up here in my wooden bowl here with a horsehair brush. That's what it looks like there on the inside. And it's fairly wet. It's thickened up just a little bit, but it's definitely on the moist side. Don't know if I showed that or not. Get kind of wrapped up in there, what I'm doing. And shaver of the day, this is a Merkur. This one here is the 30C. This one here is a short handle. I think the 20 is the one with the longer handle. There's two different versions of it. Anyhow, this part right here is referred to as resin, and it has spiral grooves in it. And it feels pretty nice on the hand. And if you try to, how can you say, rub your finger straight up on this, you can feel that the grooves in there are trying to guide you with the spiral. And thought that was kind of unique, because when you first put your hand on there, you can feel the grooves there, the spiral grooves, but you don't, it's not, how can you say, unpleasant to the hands. It's got just a very slight overhang on the blade. Got a Voskhod in there this morning. Hopefully you can see what that looks like there. I picked a short one. What about this one here? It fits well in my hand. If you got bigger hands, you might want to go with the one with the longer handle. Got the usual suspects. Almost got out of order here, didn't I? Here is the alum block from Phoenix Artists and Accoutrements. This one here is the Crown King one that's been around for a moment, complete with rubber band this morning. And I'm still sporting the Humphreys Witch Hazel that's got peppermint and menthol in it. And it's getting kind of low. Got the also the Ice Cube from Phoenix Artists and Accoutrements. Already put a hot towel to the face this morning. And we'll go ahead and get started with the pre-shave. Yeah, I was shaving with the shavette. Got most of the way down through the shave. Was down towards the end. And I was going this direction, trying to get a little bit more of a line up here. Had my mind elsewhere. And yep, I whacked myself good. It has taken forever for this to heal up to the point where it feels somewhat comfortable just going over where it was cut at. So hopefully, I think this will be the shave. That'll be the telltale sign. Because what it was is that there was a little spot right down here that was still, I guess you might say, not quite comfortable going over with a razor. There we go. Nice cooling effect with this particular pre-shave. Been reading up a little bit more about stropping with straight razors and so on and so forth. That's what I've been doing off camera. Trying to, I guess you might say, increase my knowledge and get a better understanding how all this is supposed to be working. This particular shaver here, as it goes for price for this Merkur, it's all over the place. I've got this one here a while back off of eBay, and the going price then was right at $30, including shipping. And like I said, this was a while back. Checked here recently to see what the going price was, and it's near $50. I think like $48 or something like that. I think that's about as high as I have seen it. I don't think it's in production any longer. That might be the reason why the price is so high. But it's definitely expensive. I mean, for what it is. I think I would, if you're interested in this particular shaver, I'd shop around. Definitely be patient, do your due diligence, and don't be afraid to go to eBay. And I say back when I got this one here, I got mine off of eBay, and it was, I guess you might say, what I would consider more reasonably priced. If everything goes well, Monday I'll be doing my least expensive. Yes, it is drippy. Yeah, just perfect. My least expensive shave with what I have here in the house. That'll be a pretty interesting shave. I have to say though, as it goes for this shaver, my experience with it has been pretty nice. Can't complain a bit. Voskhod, for me, I get pretty good shaves with it. A while back, I had bought a few of these blades. The 100 pack was like $6.99. If I remember right, I got them from, I think it was Italian Barber, back when they were having their sale, moving sale. Might be wrong on that. See, it went pretty smooth right across the top. Didn't even notice it. In the past shaves, it's been pretty noticeable, especially right here. I've had, cuts in the past, and this one here not only healed up differently, but it was just different all the way around. Because usually in the past, I would have a flap of skin, if you will. And it's a little weird when you're shaving and you cut that flap off when it's finally starting to really heal up. That's a really weird feeling. This one here didn't have that. Like I said, this one here took a while for it to heal up. So I don't know if it was just the way I got the cut. It's hard for me to figure out what was going on with it, why it was taking so long. But it did take a while for it to get to this point here. Like I said, I've had them before. It'll take a while for that, I guess you might say, that mark to go away. It'll be there for a while. Beard reduction at the first pass went pretty good. Definitely could tell that I need a second pass though. So as it goes efficiency, if you're using 3 passes, it'll probably work out just fine for you. It's pretty mild, especially with this blade. At least that's been my experience with it. It's definitely nice for a Sunday shave, or maybe a Monday, depending on what's going on. As goes for the horsehair brush, over time I have read a few times where folks may have a problem with the bristles or the hairs tangling up. With the way that I lather, bowl lathering, I use a swirling motion. I don't splay the knot. I have to say I don't have quite the issue, mainly because of the way not only I lather, but the way I put it on the face also. I'm a painter. So I guess you may say a swirler and a painter. And I don't have quite the issue with the hairs getting tangled up and having to comb them out or anything like that, getting knotted up inside. I haven't had that issue. I've been shaving with horsehair knots off and on ever since I started. When I first started, this would be back when some of the, I guess you might say, what is it, a Plaisson knot? When it was, I guess you might say, first running wild. I remember seeing the videos with that brush. I remember the price. It was expensive. And for me, at that point in time, the horsehair brush was a good place for me to start. And I'm glad I did, because I'm quite happy with them. They work well for me with my kind of lathering technique. Not in the way I put it on. Apply it to the face. It works well for me. Now, if you're a face latherer, I'm not too sure that how you'd feel about a brush like this. I may have to try that on a consistent basis to see how it works out for me. Use a 1 horsehair brush and face lather for about a week and see how that works out for me. I'm terrible at face lathering. That's the reason why you don't see a whole lot of it. I'm terrible. Yeah, this is definitely a third pass. So this is a bit more than what I would call a pickup pass, what's left on the face. Definitely a mild shaver. Easy going shaver at that. I was kind of shocked though when I went to go back, when you're setting up the video and all the information for it and researching, okay, well, where's these, who actually has these for sale, and notice the going price, like, oh my gosh. Price is a lot different than when I got it. $48 for it right now is pretty steep. Just a little bit of feedback there. To me, $30 is that's reasonably priced. If you get a little bit less than that, that's even a better deal yet. Guess it's also comparing it to what's available nowadays in that price range. Yeah, before I couldn't even go across the grain, against the grain, I'm sorry, or across the grain as far as that goes, across that spot there. So it's finally healing up to the point where it's comfortable to shave across now. I think this is going to be, yeah. I have to say, when it comes to Soap Commander, I have no problem with the slickness. The glide, how it feels going across the face, especially the way I lather it up. Just a tiny bit. In other words, if I was looking for BBS, I'd have to go that are on the third pass, pay closer attention to the different directions that this particular shaver picks up and what it leaves behind. But yeah, good enough for me. There's no way I don't see the need for me to chase it like I mentioned before in a few other videos, that by the end of my shave, by the end of the day, whatever's coming out is not visible. Plus, a lot of my whiskers are gray, so it's kind of hard to see them anyway at the end of the day. But not only that, they're only noticeable to me when I, put my hand up there. I can just start to feel them. For me, that's a good shave. Works well for me. Yeah, this is a pretty nice shave. Alum block here. I don't expect any stinging with this shave. It went really well. You want a smooth shave on any day, but to me, a Sunday, for me, Sunday, that's where, the first day of the week, even though some people may not look at it think of it that way, because Monday being the first day of the work week, but Sunday being the first day of the week, starting your week out, a standard week, I guess you might say, with a nice smooth shave, to me, that's a great way to start out the week. And of course, then the work week. Witch hazel here. The supply chain, because when I was looking at, some of the places where I would normally find some of these items being out of stock and whatnot, with the COVID really wreaking havoc on supply lines and people being able to get back to work, and then they open and then they close, and because of the way the virus is responding to folks and whatnot, it's been kind of a chore to find certain items in stock. You can find them, of course, at various websites, but they're out of stock because of, COVID being the way that it is. It's making it kind of difficult for people to get back in the swing of things. Very nice shave this morning. No stinging. Very smooth. Go ahead and take this apart real quick. Once again, like I said, there is just a slight overhang. So if you're shaving underneath the nose, there's just a little bit there. I'm not real sure what the length of this is. I think it's around the 3.5 inch mark. It might be 3.25. I'm not real sure. That's what the underside looks like. And there's that side of the base plate. Get this turned around here. Here's the blade, Voskhod. This one here is if you look at it from the other side, it'll tell you that it's Teflon coated. And typically for me, with my beard type, a Teflon coated blade usually does well for me. Don't have any issues usually with a Teflon coated blade. So once again, wipe it off with all the soap on there. So what the top of the cap looks like, so what the underside looks like. You can kind of tell these posts here are rounded. It's nice to see it that way, in my opinion, as opposed to where it looks like they just cut it off and it's not very well done. This one here, it's done well. Nice shaver, I have to say. I don't know that there's a Merkur out there that doesn't shave well. Now, it may not meet your preference, the way you like your shaves, in other words, aggressive or whatever, but typically these are pretty well made shavers. Had a great shave this morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.